Namaskara, namaskar, namaste, jiva, grace ho. Hola, ¿cómo estás, Alma? How are you, souls? Hi, how are you, souls? This is Karan Kyle. My Instagram is Saraf Ayla, SERAPH_EYELA. So if you're here from watching my reel, then this is going to be a continuation of the reading that I did earlier. It was literally like a minute long on Instagram. So this is going to be the full, like, it's going to be maybe like 10-15 minutes, not take up too much of everybody's time, but like we're going to just see what I'm seeing here. Okay, so again, based on what I stated earlier, there was a decision that was made likely in the months previous, likely earlier this year, earlier in the seasons of this year, that on October 9th through October 15th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. So based on what I'm seeing that's coming forth, there is a lack of drive, a lack of controlling of the senses. So either like we're losing our temper, we're either losing sight of the goal here, or we're not paying attention to our own responsibilities and or priorities at the moment because we are just too focused on, we were too focused on whatever choices that have been made earlier in the year or earlier in certain seasons. So that is the underlying energy behind what I'm seeing here for that week that's ahead. Like I believe that this reading is basically 3 weeks ahead. So, and then tomorrow's reading is going to be another 3 weeks ahead, technically speaking, but technically more so of a month ahead because it's going to be for October 16th up to October 23rd or October 24th. I'll look at the calendar again later. Let me see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20th, 21, 22. Okay, so apparently from October 16th to October 22nd is going to be the next reading. So for this one, it seems that whatever went on earlier this year, it's leading to confusion this week because likely we've been throughout the readings that I have and have not been doing throughout this year, most likely. There's been a lot of confusion, a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, a lot of different people, different scenarios, different situations going on that may have influenced this decision or that may have been a consequence or aftermath of a decision that was made or of a choice that was made. And therefore, if people are feeling like they made the wrong choice or the wrong decision, there's going to be major turnarounds and major changes in your life pretty soon. If you have been avoiding something, if you've been avoiding the law, you're going to get caught. It's over for you because you're just going to have to face that prison time if you've been like not paying something that you should be paying. But if it's not that serious in terms of legality and imprisonment, then what's going to be happening for somebody is that it's going to be a complete change in character, a complete change in mindset, a complete change in perspective. All those internal amendments are going to aid in your manifestation of the reality that you are envisioning for yourself. So that whole Five of Swords reversed, yeah, we're forgetting that disagreement that happened because we're dropping those burdens that once held us down. We're dropping things that are not ours. We're relinquishing that which is not ours to carry. So essentially this is letting go of everything. This is Sagittarius and Saturn. So what I'm understanding here is that you are looking at your life in a higher way. You are living the philosophy, you're living out the intelligence, you're living out the higher self essentially as best as you can at that moment. Baby, you okay? I have baby budgies. My apologies, everybody. I have to check on them. They're like under 5 months old, under 4 months old. So I love my son and daughter. They're so great. But in any case, yeah, we're relinquishing things that don't work for us, or that don't serve us. We're also getting rid of things that do not align with that philosophy that we are aiming to live by. We're getting rid of things that are emotional toxic cycles or emotional karmic cycles. When we speak about karma in this way, it's usually Purushartha karma. If it's not Purushartha karma, then it is Agima Agama karma, which is more of like what you do, say, and think comes back at you karma. And then the other one is like residual karma, albeit from earlier in the present life, if not from past lives. So that's what that kind of karma is. And yes, in Sanskrit, it is karman, Karman. But in Hindi and other dialects, it is karma. In the West, we call it karma. In the East, if they know their stuff, they're going to call it karman, most likely when they're speaking Sanskrit. So again, Purushartha, Agima, Agama, those are different types or qualities of karma. So what Westerners know of is agama. No, we know Purushartha karma, which is what you do, say, and think comes back at you karma. Yeah, well, if somebody got served something that they didn't like, and they're leaving that behind, and they're leaving those old depressive feelings behind, so they can move towards more personal happiness. Because the next card following after would be the Nine of Cups. So when I said earlier that we're a little bit vulnerable, we may be a little testy, it's because we are reevaluating the decisions that were made months, seasons prior, and we're looking at those changes in our lives and those changes in our perspectives with open eyes and new eyes. Again, this is the Tower card. Here is the Eye of Shiva, Ojo de Shiva, Jai Shri Shiva. So the pineal gland, the first eye, the true eye, the third eye, aka from the Anya chakra, is shooting out lightning to destroy or disseminate whatever's going on. And well, at least that's what goes on in terms of like Shiva being in terms of on tarot cards and whatnot. But most cards will state that this is the Eye of Shiva shooting out lightning to destroy something. Usually that happened when people either disrupted the deity's meditation, or when they were just extremely and extraordinarily disrespectful for whatever reason. That's usually how that happened. And it got incinerated into ashes. So essentially, whatever's getting torn down, it ain't going to ever get built up again. You're just going to build something completely new. You're not there to amend that. You're there to completely change that and get rid of it. The reason why I said we're a little vulnerable and testy is all of that that I said earlier, and therefore we may not be making the best emotional decisions. We may be making decisions out of lashing out or whatnot, because we think that we made that right choice. We think that we have made our judgment call, but in all actuality, we're making judgment calls out of pain. We're not making judgment calls out of our enlightenment or out of our intellect or out of our intelligence. So essentially, it's again asking you to reevaluate what's going on, because maybe certain things that you're recalling are actually painful to recall. Maybe certain things you're living through right now are actually painful to live through, and thinking about it every single day or being in it every single day is just like it's monotonous. It's like, it's redundant after a while. But do not make decisions or choices or speak out of a place of pain. Do not speak unless you feel good or healed enough about a certain situation, and take about a good 10 seconds before you do or say anything to really just breathe into your dantian, to breathe into your center at your regular breathing rhythm, and then go at whatever it is that is disrupting your peace. But remember, this seems to be October 15th vibes so far, so be careful on that day or of that week. Now, again, we have the Chariot reverse. So these are like the five senses: sight, smell, hearing, taste, feeling. Your actions that you're taking in your life, the goals that you have. If it's in reverse, then it's like where attention goes, energy flows. So if the attention's not on the goal, if the attention's not on your priorities, if the attention's not on your responsibilities, then where's your attention at? Because that's where the energy is going to flow to. If your attention is on your doubts and on your inhibitions, or on your what you could or could not do, then that's where your energy is going. It's only going to manifest more of that kind of darkness. If you don't want that kind of darkness in your life and you want light, then you have to start envisioning again, what is it that you want to focus on, and what are your ambitions, or what are you going for, and then move towards that. So let's take a moment and I'll put this clarity card up front, and I want to see let's just see what they're going to tell us. Whoops. Okay. They had a lot to tell us. Okay, so 2 cards that they definitely wanted me to tell you. 3 cards that they definitely wanted me to tell you were the 5 of Cups reversed, again coming out of that place of disappointment, like I did in my last reel, or the reel before that one, if I'm not mistaken. And the Sun card, okay, again moving out of that place of depression and moving into a place of positivity, moving into light. And then the Prince of Cups, which translates to, in traditional tarot decks, the Knight of Cups. You have an adult male individual, or an adult male energy feeling individual coming to you to essentially apologize for something that was done or said. So there's also like a nice soft message, a nice like romantic message, a nice sweet message. So you may be coming out of that depression, you may not get exactly what you want, or you may get exactly what you desire. But in either way, you're not going to be in that dark, dingy energy anymore, of that kind of like dark emotional mindset. mind state, mindset. Like, it's not going to happen for you like that anymore. You're moving out of the darkness and you're moving more into the light. That's why it is Mars and Scorpio. You are taking your action, your drive, your passion, your courage. You're moving forward from the darkness, through the darkness, back into the light that you are and that you came from. Okay? Now, that is the top 3 messages. I'm going to see what's going to come out for you from the middle. Stop doing that, please. I don't like that. I don't like things like that. But because they're coming out face up. 7 of Wands reversed. 7 of Wands reversed. The 4 of Pentacles reversed, Sun and Capricorn. And the Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, so impulsivity, coming out of that place of not talking to people, coming out of that place of like not of restraining ourselves from them, and actually thinking of an action, thinking things through before they make an action. So if somebody was not messaging you, if somebody was not in contact with you or not interacting with you, they're thinking about how to interact with you better because they're going to stop holding themselves back from interacting with you. Okay. So now I'm going to look for something from the bottom. And we'll get you 3 cards from the bottom. It's really interesting how it's always 3 cards that come out face up. Not always, but how it's been 3 cards coming out face up. There seems to be like a stalemate of stagnant energy or something like that. Okay, excellent. Now let's see. So, adjustment is como se dice? Justice? Yes, justice. The Justice card, the Queen of Wands, and the 3 of Swords upright. And the new card at the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Swords upright, Gemini and Mars, or Mars and Gemini. So, essentially, whatever wrongdoings that were done previously throughout the year or whatnot, things are going to be karmically, dharmically, in terms of dharma, karma, and they're going to be corrected. Things are going to be balanced. These could also be deities of balance, like Ma'at. This could also be beings such as, like, if I'm not mistaken, like Vishnu, Jeshri Vishnu. This could be like persevering deities or entities, like, or entities that persevere, beings of preservance, basically, like they preserve things, like they keep the balance, like Malach Michael, which is Archangel Michael. So like those kind of beings are like what would represent also the Justice card, like the realignment of the scales, the adjustment or the attunement of the scales to balance things. So whatever kind of wrongs were done, there will be rights being done soon. The Queen of Wands, you're attracting the lifestyle that you want, you're attracting the reality that you want. Just keep being in your energy, keep manifesting the energy that you want, be an example of what you want, because again, this is the water element of the fire suit. So that means that your emotions in this case are the fuel of your energy, or of the fuel, or are the fuel of your manifestation. Okay, and with this 3 of Swords upright, this is Saturn and Libra, a lot of Libra energy. So balancing things and getting through that darkness, whatever darkness it is that there was, we're getting rid of all of that, especially with this 9 of Swords upright. Whatever kind of confusion or anxiety there is or there was, we are trying to move through that because we know that the divine in the universe has a system. So whatever is done in the dark, like the Christians say, it will eventually come to light. So there's no need to worry about anything that's going on or anything that was done to you or at you. You just need to start focusing more so on your energy and what it is that you want to see come through in your life, because that's what's going to get you through all of this. And let's see. Prince of Pentacles reverse, which is the Knight of Pentacles reverse. So slow and steady, but something seems like it came to a halt, but it's just going really slow for analysis. It's just taking that time to really analyze what's going on. 10 of Pentacles upright. Okay, so there's longevity, there's money involved. Somebody wants some money. Somebody wants to make sure that something is lifelong or worth their while, or that it is like a business that's going to perpetuate money for itself and generate money on its own. Again, marriage, union, family, society. This is like the goal, to be prosperous and abundant. So that the 2 Pentacles right there you go. and then the Hermit card upright. So the way that you're going to figure this all out is by meditating, praying, going within, introspection, reflection, self-reflection, self-analysis, not reminiscing, but there's a word for that, like retrospect, or but more so like just gazing within yourself, going within yourself, paying attention to yourself, bringing awareness to your mind and bringing awareness to your body, not just awareness of how your spirit is, but spiritual awareness brings a consciousness awareness to all areas of your existence. So be aware of your darkest hours, your darkest moments, your darkest characteristics, and be aware of your brightest and lightest ones. Be aware of that which is aiding you, be aware of that which is inhibiting you. Just go within and spend some time alone, be in solitude, and pay mind to what the reality will show you, because that's going to show you how to get through this anxiety and calm yourself down. And it's going to also show you how to detach from whatever that confusion and sorrow was, so you can get through the storm and see the sunlight behind the clouds. All right, the first card is the strongest card, and it's the leading alpha card. Okay, so this is what this is all about. But then the last card is your omega. So basically this decision caused a little bit of this, and that anxiety and that confusion, that stress, that mental agita, all that sorrow and depression, all that is gonna go, because you have your ideals, you have your mind focused on the bigger picture, being a better and more evolved individual, and also the longevity of something in your life, or like the prosperity of something in your life. Okay, so with all that being stated, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you have a beautiful weekend. I hope you have a beautiful week. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I look forward to you being here again soon, and much love to you all. Okay.